Hello, my dears, it's Katie, and in a few minutes I'm going to take you over to my bookshelves and show you every single book that I have on my shelves and also give you a brief tour of my mom's shelf. You're getting Katie from the future, like pre-editing and everything, but some things, and you'll see this in another video, some things have changed since I did that video. Actually, I did a brief unhaul and I reorganized my shelves because I have been feeling very overwhelmed by my shelves and just in general, and I just felt like I needed a change. I'm probably not going to redo it at this moment, but I just want to let you know that a few things have changed. But I did promise you guys this video before the end of the year because a couple of you asked after I did my giant unhaul a couple of months ago back in August. A couple of you wanted to see what books I ended up keeping out of everything when I did my complete culling adventure. And I'm really excited to show it to you guys, even though there are some things on there that I am likely probably not going to keep. It's not a very big pile, but you know, it's a pile regardless. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you need to reference anything, I will link my giant unhaul video that I did a couple of months back up above, and you guys can look through that and see if there are any that I unhauled that you guys didn't see here, or if I kept one of your favorites, great. Let me know what they are. But yeah, that's where we're at, and let's get over to the shelves. Okay, so I'm just showing you a brief overview of my shelves so you guys can see what they look like. I have another shelf I'm going to show you as well. But as you can see, this is what they look like. I'm probably going to change them sometime in the next few months though, because I'm a little bit unsatisfied with how some things are at the moment. But for now, this is what you're going to see. And I have them separated by genre and by series. And just let's get into it. So the first book that I have here is The Hobbit Special Edition by J.R.R. Tolkien. I have The Lord of the Rings Special Edition, also by J.R.R. Tolkien, and that is not coming out of the special box just because it's too much of a hassle. Then going across, I have The Iliad and the Odyssey by Homer in the Barnes & Noble Special Edition. Then I have The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Other Stories by Lewis Carroll. My Middle Ages paper that I wrote in 6th grade. Very proud of this paper. It's excellent. I do say so myself. And then I have The Silmarillion, the illustrated edition by, well, J.R.R. Tolkien, but it was edited by Christopher Tolkien, and it's absolutely stunning. And then I have Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, Pearl, Sir Orfeo, all by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is my Tolkien shelf, in case you can't tell. Then I have The Book of Lost Tales, also by J.R.R. Tolkien. The Children of Hurin, Beowulf. The Battles of Tolkien by David Day. Myth, Morality, and Religion by Richard Purtill. Bilbo's Journey, Discovering the Hidden Meaning of the Hobbit by Joseph Pierce. The Legend of Sigurd and Gudrun. And The World of Tolkien by David Day. The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. This one doesn't have a dust jacket anymore, but it is Dragon Keeper by Carol Wilkinson. Then we have Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. Then I have this whole box set of the Chronicles of Narnia, which includes The Magician's Nephew, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, The Horse and His Boy, Prince Caspian, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, and The Last Battle. I'm not going to pull it out because it's really difficult to pull out, but I'll just give you a glimpse on the side so you can kind of see what some of the artwork looks like. Then I have Be Yourself, Everyone Else is Taken. This little book all about Gemini things. This little dream catcher book. A Daughter with Love on the Important Things in Life by Susan Polis Schultz. I have Chicken Soup for the Mother and Daughter's Soul. Flower Fairies of the Summer by Cicely Mary Barker. Book of the Flower Fairies, also by Cicely Mary Barker. I have the first 6 books of the Harry Potter series. These are the original hardcovers, The Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and this is my signed edition. One of the ones where I met J.K. Rowling. That was really quite an experience. Then we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is another signed edition. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Another version of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It's like the special edition and it's signed on the top. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And then I have Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. The Tales of Beedle the Bard. My Harry Potter 20th Special Edition Ravenclaw edition. And then I have this box set of Through the Ages and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, but I'm not going to remove them from the box because it just takes too much time. Jar of Kazan by Ava Ibbotson, one of my absolute favorites. The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. And The Amber Spyglass by Philip Pullman. Okay, and then we have Artemis Fowl by Owen Colfer. I always screw it up. Then we have The Arctic Incident, also by Owen Colfer. And finally, The Eternity Code by Owen Colfer. Then I have Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funke. Aragon by Christopher Paolini. Eldest by Christopher Paolini. Sea of Trolls by Nancy Farmer. 3 Icelandic Sagas. Tristan und Isolde. A History of Irish Fairies by Carolyn White. Irish Blessings, an illustrated edition. Stories from Ireland by Ita Daly. Celtic Myths and Legends by Peter Beresford Ellis. Myths and Legends, Classical Greek, Celtic, Norse, Chinese, African, Native American, and more. Fairies of the Celtic Lands by Nigel Suckling. The Book of Kells. Readings from the Ancient Near East. World Mythology. What's True About You? I got that as a gift. The Odyssey by Homer. This is the Robert Fagles edition, translation. Then we have Ovid's Metamorphosis. Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince. The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. Le Morte d'Arthur by Sir Thomas Malory. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Persuasion by Jane Austen. Emma by Jane Austen. Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. And Inherit the Wind by Jerome Lawrence and Robert E. Lee. Silent in the Sanctuary by Deanna Rayburn. Catalina's Riddle by Stephen Saylor. The Secret Supper by Javier Sierra. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. The Mask of Atreus by A.J. Hartley. Restoration by Rose Tremaine. April Blood by Lauro Martinez. Baudolino by Umberto Eco. Roma by Stephen Saylor. Empire by Stephen Saylor. And Poland by James A. Michener. The Necessary Shakespeare by David Bevington. I have Julius Caesar, the Folger Shakespeare Library Edition. Michelangelo and the Pope's Ceiling by Ross King. Tesla, Man Out of Time by Margaret Cheney. Leonardo da Vinci by Walter Isaacson. Digital Fortress by Dan Brown. Angels and Demons, also by Dan Brown. The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. And Inferno by Dan Brown. Serbia. It's literally a book all about Serbia. The Illustrated Manuscripts of Dante's Divine Comedy. Then I have A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson. The Black Death, The Great Morality of 1348 to 1350, A Brief History with Documents by John Aberth. Images of Plague and Pestilence by Christine M. Buckle. The Black Death, 1346 to 1353, The Complete History by Oli J. Benedicto. Dance Macabre of Women. Terrible Middle Ages by Regina Pernod. Renaissance, Princes, Popes, and Prelates, Vespiano. The Anglo-Saxon World, an Anthology, including The Complete Beowulf, translated by Kevin Crossley Holland. The Lives of the Artist by The Second Treatise of Government and a Letter Concerning Toleration by John Locke. Power and the Holy in the Age of the Investiture Conflict, A Brief History with Documents by Maureen C. Miller. Roman Emperors, A Biographical Guide to the Rulers of Imperial Rome, 31 BC AD 476 by Cosimo de' Medici and the Florentine Renaissance by Dale Kent. This book here is a little bit damaged and it's hard to get out, but it's Greek Economides by Stephen Paul. Sure. And then I have this lookbook thing from China. Then A Pageant of Old Scandinavia. And then I have British Latin, AD 500 to 1400. Icelandic Poems and Stories. And then I have this little book on Botticelli that one of my friends got me. And if we go down, mammals. The Magical World of Harry Potter, A Treasury of Myths, Legends, and Fascinating Facts by David Colbert. Colbert? I don't know. Sorcerer's Companion, A Guide to the Magical World of Harry Potter. On Sharks and Other Dangerous Sea Creatures, I have The Fishes Beneath the Tropic Seas, the official illustrated movie companion, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I also have one for The Two Towers and The Fellowship of the Ring. Bones, The Forensic Files. These are for, I think, seasons 3 and 4. I have the first one, which is for seasons 1 and 2. I have this 2006 Guide to the World Cup. This book called A Street Through Time, a 12,000 Year Walk Through History. Washington, D.C. lookbook. The Human Body that I got at the Museum of Science and Industry. I have this Quantum Leap Pad edition of Dinosaurs Before Dark, which is part of the Magic Tree House. Basically this majority of the shelf is Magic Tree House. So I have Pirates Past Noon, Night of the Ninjas, Afternoon on the Amazon, Sunset of the Sabertooth, Midnight on the Moon, Dolphins at Daybreak, Lions at Lunchtime, Vacation Under the Volcano, Viking Ships at Sunrise, Hour of the Olympics, Tonight on the Titanic, Buffaloes Before Breakfast, Tigers at Twilight, Civil War on Sunday, Revolutionary War on Wednesday, Twister on Tuesday, Earthquake in the Early Morning, Good Morning Gorillas, Thanksgiving on Thursday, High Tide in Hawaii, Christmas in Camelot, Pirates Research Guide, Knights and Castles Research Guide, Dolphins and Sharks Research Guide, and Space Research Guide, all by Mary Pope Osborne. Next, I have Wise Child by Monica Furlong and Juniper by Monica Furlong, Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Anne of Green Gables, and then I have this Sherlock Holmes handbook. I have Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss, Dragon, Hound of Honor by Julie Andrews Edwards and Emma Walton Hamilton, The BFG by Roald Dahl, Charlotte's Web by E.B. White, Dreams in the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl, and I have My Father's Dragon and All Together. Then I have Me and My Dog, which is from the American Girl Library, The Door in the Wall by Marguerite de Angeli, No Flying in the House by Betty Brock, 10 True Animal Rescues, Dog in the Snow, Stallion in the Storm, Cat in the Crypt, Ponies at the Point, Hound at the Hospital. Then I have The Black Stallion by Walter Farley, Black Beauty by Anna Sewell, Mouse and the Motorcycle by Beverly Cleary, The Little Red Caboose, Jenny's Summer Surprise, I have All by Myself, I Was So Mad, I Just Forgot, Just me and my dad. Just Grandma and me. Just me and my little sister. Just me and just my friend and me, sorry. Trick or treat, little critter. This is my friend, followed by Mercer Mayer. Bear Island. First snow. I love you as much. For Lena. Brown bear, what do you see? Oh, and the lamb and the butterfly. Little bear. A kiss for little bear. Little bear's friend. The magic school bus inside the human body. The velveteen rabbit. You be good and I'll be night. The Little Prince. Pooh's Storybook by A.A. Milne. Winnie the Pooh, also by A.A. Milne. Corduroy. Goodnight Moon. The Runaway Bunny. Chicka Chicka ABC. Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. If you give a mouse a cookie. If you give a pig a pancake. Hop on Pop by Dr. Seuss. Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? The Foot Book. What's Heaven by Maria Shriver. The Boxcar Children, The Yellow House Mystery. Boxcar Children, The Mystery at the Dog Show. Boxcar Children, The Mountaintop Mystery. Boxcar Children, The Haunted Cabin Mystery. Nancy Drew and the Mystery of Crocodile Island. Knights of the Round Table. The Three Musketeers. Black Beauty. Peter Pan. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. Dolphin. Tut's Mummy, Lost and Found. The Titanic, Lost and Found. The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen. Mother Goose's Nursery Rhymes. Jack and the Beanstalk. Peach and Blue. We have Tatterhood and the Hobgoblins. And finally, Fairy Wings. 1776 by David McCullough. Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. Beauty and the Beast. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Winnie the Pooh's Thanksgiving. Halloween Night, 21 Spooktacular Poems. And The Snowman. And Where's Baby? Now I am taking you guys over to the shelf that I call the shelf of my heart and soul, because it carries all of my favorite books of all time and just the books that have touched me the most. So starting on top, we have the illustrated edition of Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. And then we have Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and Prisoner of Azkaban, all in the illustrated editions. I'm not taking them out of the box. Then I have the first 7 Harry Potter books in their paperback editions. They're the same exact covers that you saw earlier, so I'm just not going to pull them out. Then I have The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien / Christopher Tolkien. And then I have this box set of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, which includes Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King. And I'm just not taking it out of the box set. But just so you get a glimpse as to what it looks like, that's the box. The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Assassin's Apprentice is in my bedroom, that's why there's the hole there. But then we have Royal Assassin, Assassin's Quest, Ship of Magic, The Mad Ship, Ship of Destiny, The Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince, Fool's Errand, The Golden Fool, Fool's Fate, Dragon Keeper, Dragon Haven, City of Dragons, Blood of Dragons, Fool's Assassin, Fool's Quest, Assassin's Fate. And I have my signed edition of Fool's Assassin, the old-fashioned storybook. And then I have, here's Assassin's Apprentice, The Enchanted Sonata, The Adventures of Robin Hood, and here's the dust jacket. Okay, so I'm showing you my mom's shelf now because we share a collection. I would show you my dad's too, but that is quite a bit more difficult. And while I am going to show you my mom's shelf, I'm not going to pull out every single book because it's very difficult to do with her collection. It's just, there's a lot of books on there, and anything that I would touch could potentially fall over. So I'm just going to do close-ups of each section because I actually ended up setting up her shelves in the first place. So let's start in the top corner over here. This is my mom's kind of like plays section, Shakespeare and Marlowe and things like that. You can see. And then in the back, these blue boys, I'm not even going to touch them. You've seen them before. They're Shakespeare's complete works, and they're really, really old. And moving down a bit, we have this middle section, which is primarily Tolkien books. And there's the Silmarillion in audiobook form. And then two lone Harry Potter books. Don't know why. And then in the back, she has a treasury of Irish fairy and folk tales. And now moving over here, this is primarily like food books. Not necessarily cookbooks, but books about food. And then also just kind of like homeopathic things, like that nutritional healing book, which we use fairly regularly. And then we have this Old Lives of Saints book that was, I think, my grandma's, and somehow it managed to get here. I'm not sure how. And then we have this stack here. I have a similar thing on my shelf, but this is the stack of books that for some reason, can't find like the ISBN numbers, and I can't put them into my bookshelf app. So that's what that stack is. And then coming back over here, we have Tales of Norse Mythology in that gorgeous edition. Now moving down to the first cube, here is primarily fantasy and mythology and folklore. We're really, really into mythology and folklore, both my mom and I. So we have a lot of things like that. So you can kind of see that there. You're moving over to this shelf. This is my mom's philosophy slash inspirational books, I guess you can call them. Then this shelf is a continuation, kind of like art history and humorous books, and then books on historical fiction and a little bit of history smattered in. The bottom shelf is all of my mom's classics. A lot of classics there, because her collection is a bit more vast than mine, but I mean, we do share. Then moving over a bit, we have some travel books. We have multiple travel books actually, but a lot of them are in my dad's library. And then we have a lot of non-fiction and kind of literary fiction and musical books, like music history books, because my mom was a music major in college. And then we have this thriller shelf and sci-fi, I guess. Thriller, sci-fi, and espionage, I guess. And then these last two shelves is my mom's and mine, but mostly hers because she listens to them more than I do, audiobooks. And then this last shelf on the bottom is history and continued audiobooks. So yeah, those are all of the... Let's just zoom out again. So yeah, that's my mom's shelf. And she has one or two books out that she's also in the middle of reading. Let's see if I can go over and zoom them in. There they are. Anyway, that's my mom's and my shared collection. So just to recap, mom's shelf, my shelves part 1, and my shelves part 2. This shelf over here, because I'm sure a bunch of you are going to ask, are mostly just reference books like dictionaries and legal books and things of that sort. So I didn't think it was worth it for me to go through them